Dr. T at the piano here. Just wanted to drop in and talk about something that has been coming up in the studio as we reach another end of the school year and go into summer. Inevitably, and this is something that is applicable for teachers, for parents, for late in life people that are diagnosed with ADHD, for myself, I saw a great example of what it is to have ADHD and start hobbies. Most people, it's like a candle, and you start it and you're able to maintain it and it burns, and you do something, you get better with time at it and you hone your skills, and it takes a lifetime sometimes to get good at something. But those of us who have ADHD like to hyper-focus. It's every new hobby, every new thing is like a Rubik's Cube for our brain. We're getting this dopamine release when we start a new project or we find a new hobby, like, oh my gosh, I started yoga. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I'm going to do it every day for about 2 hours. And I'm going to get amazing at it. And I'm going to become certified in it. So I found myself with a 18-month-old and was enrolled to be a certified yoga instructor, and no time and energy, and but I was so into yoga. So that's an example of how ADHD minds work. So how does that apply to piano? Well, kids come in, students come in, and, oh, piano, how am I going to figure this out? It's like a Rubik's Cube. Oh, it works. I see. I read the notes, and then I have to figure out the combination of how it works on the keys. Oh, wonderful. And that is dopamine release once they figure it out. It's so exciting. It's so wonderful. And then once they can play pretty well, and you as the teacher are like, great, we're getting some momentum. They're doing well. They're doing great. They're at, like, I'll give an example where it may be a level 2A or 2B in Faber, maybe doing some 1 and 5/7 chords, basic stuff, and they're done. They're done. They have done all they want to do in piano. Now they want to move on to something else. And this happens all the time. And the parents are frustrated and the student is done with piano. What do you do? I have found the best thing to do is, if the student is like over 8 or 9 years old, if they know that they have ADHD, is to sit down and talk to them about it. And tell them, okay, we got 2 options here. You are so smart. Your brain is so smart. It loves to figure out things. We can do 2 things here. I am going to maybe give you some more challenging stuff, and we're going to take a different approach to things. And you better make it a different approach. I'm talking, get a different color folder. Stock it full of new music with exciting new names. Now we're going to study pop. Now we're going to study jazz. Now, whatever new thing they're into, do that. Because their brain needs to figure out whatever new Rubik's Cube it is. So just my 2 cents. It's how I've been able to keep momentum going with students who have ADHD after losing some over the years. Thankfully, some have come back around. Some didn't. But I think if honesty, telling the parents what's going on is helpful. Telling the parent, hey, this is, if they don't have ADHD, or if they have not been diagnosed themselves, which is what happens a lot. They do have ADHD, the parents, but they have a big diagnosed. That, hey, this is natural, this is normal, no big deal. Your kid is really smart. Your kid is brilliant. And the way their brain works is amazing. Point out all the brilliant people. throughout history who've had this reinforce that their child is going to do great and wonderful, because there's still such a stigma attached to neurodiversity. And some of these parents are concerned and worried for their child. Maybe they have a neurotypical child that was the first child, and there's comparisons still going on. But you have a wonderful opportunity to do a lot of great things for the family, for the student, and maybe continue that child in your or student in your studio if you just kind of explain what's going on and you know what's going on as well. So have a great day. Bye-bye.